Hey players, Justin here, back at you with another video. Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. I have been wanting to talk about Final Fantasy for a long time, and with Stormblood being out, this is just the perfect time. Me and my friends have been playing this game for a few years now, and finally getting Samurai, new areas, swimming is just incredible. So before the video starts, I just want to let you know there will be spoilers. So if you do not want to be spoiled for the story or some of the music or some of the cutscenes, I'm not going to really show major stuff, you might want to stop now. So let's get into it. So Stormblood is out. How do I like it? I love it. I love it to death. I love it more than Heaven's Ward. Because when Heaven's Ward came out, I wasn't too hype on it. I didn't like Astro, Dark Knight, or Machinist. You know, they just weren't my flavor. So I found something else to love about the game, explore it more. But this, whew, this is great. The music, these boss fights, the cutscenes is just, man, they put their foot in this game. You know, I honestly, when I first started, I was a little bit apprehensive with how they changed a lot of the classes, and that scared me a little bit. But once I got into it, loved it. I just honestly wish with some of the new things that they were introducing, like swimming, I honestly wanted there to be a lot more swimming, but man, it's still good. So let's talk about the main scenario for a little bit, and then we'll go straight into dungeon. Look at what that says. Whoever is the writer for this, now they made you so spicy. You could say some most disrespectful stuff in this game. It's just, the writing is a lot better. The camera angles, the way that they present stuff is so much better. Like the ending shot leading to the final boss of Stormblood is just gorgeous. It's this overarching shot that you gotta just see it for yourself. But like scenarios like what's happening right now, this was awesome. It was just like, you were like, holy crap, like you were in a battle and it's just so much happening. It's just main scenario, they got it to a T, and I can't wait for more story. Because they left some things open, of course. But the Omega storyline is actually really good, which, you know, replaces Alexander, is amazing too. It's not as cheesy, but you know, still has some cheese to it. But it's still pretty well written, and you know, gotta give them props for that. So let's get into the dungeons. The dungeons in Stormblood are fantastic. I honestly can't think of a single one that they've added in Stormblood and be like, damn, I don't want to run that. You know, it's not like how Heaven's Ward was, where you're like, damn, we're back here again. You know, I think once we get further into Stormblood, I think it's still going to be fun to go into these dungeons. Not like how Fractal was. It's just, just pain in the neck. You don't even want to run it. You're just glad to get out of there. You know, I don't really see that happening with these dungeons, which is awesome. They got the music on point. How you traverse is great. One dungeon has you doing puzzles. Well, mechanic puzzles. So if you're bad at mechanics, you know, your team is gonna hate you. But you'll know this is a good way to learn outside of a raid, and outside of a primal. It's just really, really well thought out, and honestly, I can't wait to see what they add to the dungeon list. So, like, are we gonna get extremes of old dungeons? I don't, you know, since we got hard mode, which would be fantastic. That's the idea that we had. Well, me and my crew were talking about having extreme dungeons to go back to Satasha, or not all of them, but just give us a really good reason to go back and it look completely different, you know. Just, oh, that just seems amazing. But let's get into primals. Now, there's Lakshmi and Susanoo, and I will honestly recommend that you do Lakshmi first. So, the reason I would recommend that you start with Lakshmi Extreme, even though it seems like, hey, I did Susanoo first before I did Lakshmi, why wouldn't I do it in that order? I just wouldn't recommend it just because Susanoo can be really hard, only because people aren't following the mechanics. With Lakshmi though, you have vrills. Instead of having one vrill, you have 3 vrills. And it's really simple to know when to pop vrills. Now, I was really apprehensive about starting Lakshmi first. I was like, this is probably going to be really complicated, you know, and I didn't want to do her first. But honestly, that's the best choice, because when you beat her, you have a chance to get better accessories for your right side. So you get item level 230. And then that just, you know, you hit harder, you can survive more. It's just honestly a better reason to start her fight first. Plus her dog is amazing. It's just, in my opinion, a better choice. Plus, there's a really nice tutorial video that I'm gonna link in the description. It's like, I watched 2 that were like 10 minutes long and 8 minutes long, and I was like, holy shit, this fight is gonna be impossible. But then I watched this 5-minute video. He explained it like that. He explained when to pop your vril, and you know, you've already done the first fight and you just have to follow those mechanics. That's it. And it just made so much sense to me at that point. So I would honestly recommend doing Lakshmi. Now let me show you why you shouldn't do Susanoo first.
Dude, how do I get hit with that one?
You can't move, you can't do anything. And they usually stop around 2 seconds. Oh, you gotta move it to the side. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, it was incredible. It's fine. Just like
Our hearts sing in the chaos.
No, you won't. I'll do it. I swear to God, if you grab it, because you feel not fucking right.
So to rescue your heroes, can one of you quench my thirst for the divine conflict, the supreme struggle?
I grabbed it. Yeah!
Woo! Yeah!
I'm gonna take it right here. I'm gonna take it. You see that number, Justin? Oh my god. Holy shit.
So guys, as you can see, Susanoo is really dependent on the rest of your party knowing the mechanics. So if one person messes up in this, almost everybody's almost guaranteed to die. There's a few instances where you can squeak through, and I've seen healers pull us through, but for something like this, it's no coming back from that. You beat main story quest, you've done all the dungeons, you've done everything that you want to do with the primals. Now it's time to play the real game. It's time to play Jump, where you get to jump up Kugane Tower. I know it's silly, but this is some of the funnest stuff in the game, is just finding these weird little spots and just jumping around. And honestly, me and my friends saw it, we were like, yeah, we can't get up there. But then we saw these pegs and we're like, oh boy, you can get up there. And probably done this about 2, 3, 4 times. Just, oh, it's beautiful up there. Plus you get these really nice G-post spots. So honestly, guys, jump up the tower. It's fun. Plus you can say that you did it. Let me just give you a little bit of advice. Some of these jumps are just seem impossible, how you have to round a corner on a little tiny peg, but you kind of just have to step off the platform without stepping off to get a running jump. I've seen people use sprint, but that's just way too reckless for me. That's ooh, that's the danger zone right there. So X that idea and just take your time. And you think you're at the top here, but you're not. You gotta go another way. So, hey, enjoy that. Guys, thank you for watching this video. I've been meaning to do a lot of Final Fantasy content for the channel, and now this is the perfect start. So once more content releases, just be prepared for more stuff. Especially seeing my character, seeing how we just made an FC, and watching the adventures of us trying to get through that and just trying to grow. And that's what we want as we're playing this, is just to grow. So hey, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. Comment on any of your Final Fantasy adventures, or if anything in this video that you want to talk about, or want to talk about in the next video, want me to cover more in depth, or just want to see some of the random stuff that's going on this server. So guys, thanks a lot, and we'll catch you in the next video.